Let me ask you a question. Are you watching this video on the couch? Or are you doom scrolling in bed? Or are you watching it on the toilet? I know you're in one of those three places. You clicked on this video because you are tired and disappointed in yourself for being lazy and you want something to change. Well, the first thing you need to do is finish watching this video, because if you cannot even watch a 10-minute video, then how are you supposed to do anything in life? I'm going to hit you with two hard truths. Are you ready? I graduated summa cum laude from university, and in all the years prior, I got straight A's. My parents were immigrants, as I'm sure a lot of your parents were, which means that they came to the United States with $0. They had to work every single day while studying in order to level up their game, get a better job, a better career, and literally be able to put food on the table. My dad used to memorize dictionaries cover to cover in order to have a better job to support the family. So for people like that, there is no plan B. There is no option to be lazy. Let me tell you that laziness is a privilege. And secondly, if you have time to waste, then you already have more than enough time to achieve your goals. Hi, my name is Jess, and I make health and wellness content both inside and out. And in this video, I'm going to be teaching you 6 concrete, scientifically backed methods in order to help you achieve your highest self. I'll be revealing all the tips, tricks, and secrets for how I stay productive every single day of my life. And make sure to stay until the end, because I think the 6th secret is one of my best secrets. First, take control of your mind. Social media platforms are so incredibly powerful these days. They just literally latch onto your insecurities and prey on it like a parasite. When I used to have an eating disorder, I would constantly get content on my feed about how to be skinny, how to diet, how to lose weight. All these things were constantly feeding this negative thought loop that I already had in my head. It made me feel horrible and addicted both at the same time. And then when you look at the content section full of all of these people who are also feeling super insecure about themselves, everyone is just constantly feeding themselves in this horrible cycle. So why would you do that to yourself? Why would you poison your own brain? Because here's the fact: you become the content that you consume. And so I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. Number 1, delete the app. Literally just delete it. Just go on a social media detox. If for some reason you cannot delete the app, make a separate account. And on the separate account, be extremely mindful of the content that you're consuming. Only follow people that you find very inspiring, follow people that spread positivity, and do not follow any of those people that make you feel crap about yourself. The goal here is to rewire your brain to think more positively and feel happier. Because if you feel happier and more positive, you are way less likely to be lazy all the time. So next, let's talk about taking care of your body. Think of your body as the body of someone else's that you love. Would you be feeding them chocolate cake, French fries, pizza every single day for every single meal? Of course you're gonna have afternoon crashes. Of course you're gonna feel like crap. You're gonna feel super sluggish. You're gonna feel super heavy. You're gonna literally feed yourself to become a lazy person. You need to be eating proteins, carbohydrates, vegetables, fats. There is no food group that is bad. It is very important to have a balanced diet. The better food you put into your body, the more energy you will have. All of these little things that you do every single day really matter, and they build up. So just remember that if you eat like trash, you will literally become trash. Also, you need to be exercising at least 3 to 5 times a week. And no, I'm not saying you need to go run a marathon every single day or lift 1,000 pounds. You just need to move. Going on a little bike ride or going on a walk with your dog. As long as you're getting about 20 to 30 minutes of movement in several times a week, you're already doing way better than the vast majority of the world. I don't even need to convince you how beneficial exercise is for your mental and physical health. Exercise releases the hormone dopamine, and dopamine is responsible for enhancing your mental performance, improving your cognitive function, reducing stress, improving mood, and reducing your risk of neurodegenerative disease. What? If that isn't enough to convince you, there was a study that saw that people who did 7,000 to 10,000 steps per day saw a 31% decline in risk of depression. That's almost 1/3 decline. Exercise can literally prevent laziness, so get up and get moving. Nowadays, all of us are more sedentary than ever, and so it is even more important to take care of your body via nutrition and exercise. If you feed your body well and take care of it, you're going to have energy to be able to do the things that you want to do. If you work a desk job, you can get a treadmill under your desk to get those steps in, and maybe even get an app like Whisper Flow to help you dictate into your meetings. Or if you're a student, you can do that as well. Exercise in nutrition are absolutely mandatory, not only for not being lazy, but just for longevity in general. Now that you're taking better care of your mind and body, let's move on to part 3, breaking down big ideas into concrete baby steps. A lot of times we have these really big, lofty goals, but we just have no idea how to even get started to achieving them. It just seems all very overwhelming. Let's take an example. You want to be able to run. What does running mean? Does running mean running 1 mile, 3 miles, 10 miles? Do you want to run a marathon? You have to be very specific in your goal setting and break it down into little pieces to make it easier for yourself to digest. For example, babies cannot eat solid food. Their parents will literally chop up the food into little itty bitty pieces, and it's the same thing. They're still eating the carrots. So why not do the same thing with your goals? Let's go back to the example. You say that you want to be able to run. Change it from I want to run to I want to run a 5K. You already know I want to run approximately 3 to 4 miles. How long will it take for you to get there? You can map out week by week to understand how many miles will you run in the first week, the second week, the third week, and at that pace, how long will it take for you to eventually reach your goal? Usually we overestimate what we can do in the short term and underestimate what we can do in the long term. So don't think that any goal is too big or too lofty and you're never going to get there. If you start taking one baby step every single day, once you layer the bricks on top of each other, eventually with 1,000 bricks, you're going to have a building. So you can start changing your reality today just by taking baby steps. So next, let's talk about how to actually be disciplined in taking those baby steps. If you are a lazy person, you probably don't have a routine. You probably wake up whenever you want, eat whatever you want, do whatever you want, whenever you want. Like, it's no wonder you're so lazy and you're just a couch potato. There is no successful person that doesn't have a routine that they stick to. On average, humans take 66 days to develop a new habit. That's about a little bit over 2 months. And so you need to start laying down the foundation today to create the better you tomorrow. For me, for example, I always have a morning routine. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I eat something, and then I go work out. I come back, I shower, and then I start work. But the key point here is that it is a loose structure. What does that mean? Some days it might be raining. That means that I can't go on a run. That's fine. Maybe I woke up and I am feeling really sick. That's okay. I will deviate for that day, but then I will just come back to my routine another day. If I told myself every single day I'm going to wake up at exactly 8:07 a.m., brush my teeth for exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then go eat for exactly 7 minutes and 50 seconds, the moment I deviate from that sort of rigid structure, I'm going to give up. So you need to create a routine for yourself that is structured, but at the same time loose. So it gives you something to always go back to. Be patient with yourself. Like I said, habits take 66 days to form. So if you deviate a couple days, that's okay. Just try again. Practice makes perfect. Here are 2 other ways to improve your discipline. One is to create self-imposed deadlines. For example, if you're working on a project, you can tell yourself, I need to get this done by 5 p.m. or else I'm not going to be able to go out to dinner with a friend. You need to impose these sorts of consequences on yourself because that creates a sense of urgency that you actually need to get something done, and you will get it done. If you're just thinking to yourself, oh, I'll just get it done whenever, like blah, 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 like no wonder you're procrastinating. Another way is to involve other people into your new habit formation. Going back to the running example, you can tell a friend, let's go run every day at 8 a.m. Let's meet up and let's do this. So every day you're not only holding yourself accountable, but someone else is also holding you accountable for your own actions. If you tell other people the goals that you're trying to achieve, you're much more likely to achieve your goals. Part 5, a clean space is a clean mind. Some of you lazy people, I know you haven't done your laundry in weeks, or there are dishes in the sink right now, or worse, both. How the heck are you supposed to do anything if your house is a literal tornado mess? Always remember that your home and your space is a reflection of your mind. Like, you literally have to step over your clothes to get to your bed. You can't find your bag to even go outside. If that is the case for you, stop this video and clean that up right now. Even cats and dogs will clean up after themselves. Are you worse than an animal? I mean, there is literally a famous show about how important it is to have an organized space. So I don't even need to convince you. You need to set up your environment for success. Firstly, that means cleaning up after yourself and making sure that your space is organized and clean. Taking it to the next level means that you're setting out your clothes maybe the night before so that in the morning you don't even have to think. You just get up and go to the gym. Every day before you go to bed, for literally 5 minutes, you just put away all your dishes into the dishwasher. What we want to do here is to set you up for success. Just remember, a clean space is a clean mind. Part 6, get uncomfortable. Let's be real. You got comfortable being lazy. You've been lounging around on the couch. You've been brain rotting with TikTok on your phone. You haven't cleaned up after yourself. You're eating like crap. You're not exercising. You're not moving. You've created this new routine, putting yourself into situations to be lazy every single day. So what do you need to do to break out of a bad routine? Do something that makes you uncomfortable. For example, for me, when I get into a rut and I just get super lazy and I don't feel good about myself, I tend to self-isolate. I don't want to see any of my friends. I don't want to see see anyone else, I literally just stay home and I don't leave the house. And I tell myself,
oh, I'm just setting boundaries. I'm just protecting my peace.
but no, that's wrong, okay? I have never self-isolated happily at home. I always feel like crap after, but I keep doing it. I keep sabotaging myself. For me, self-isolating is actually the lazy and easy path. So for me to snap out of it, I literally need to just go outside. I need to go hang out with someone. I need to go talk to someone. And after I do that, I always feel a lot better and I feel refreshed and revived. And it's almost like I've snapped out of this haze of being lazy and staying at home and self-isolating. So you need to take responsibility for yourself and pull yourself out of this rut. Even if it's as small as just taking a walk outside because you haven't been outside in a week, that's okay. Like we said before, baby steps. But the key here is that you need to shock your system into knowing that you're not going to be doing those old habits anymore. You're going to start creating new habits today. And so get uncomfortable, do something that makes you nervous, don't care what other people think, and just do it. Uncomfortable situations are almost always worth it. So now that you finished the video, you already have taken a huge step towards becoming less lazy, becoming more productive, and helping yourself to become the highest version of yourself. If you've made it this far, comment down below what is something that you've been putting off that now you're going to be able to do well. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that I was able to help some of you, and see you in the next video.